Hello everyone, how you doing? This video is specifically for the residents of the City of Livingston, California. And this is the second video that I am recording today. Today is August 21st, 4:36 p.m. in the afternoon. So good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, depending of when you are watching this video. And this video is video number 3. Previously, I had made a video where I said I was gonna make additional videos to share information that I wanted it to share. And in particular, right now in this video, I want to focus on Tuesday, August the 18th, during a city council meeting. During this meeting, a couple of things happened, and you can watch the video on YouTube. City of Livingston City Council meeting, August the 18th. So, but let me just go back a little bit before August the 18th. If you guys remember, there was a larger than life event. You know, those large figures that we see around the City of Livingston. And so the first time that 2 of those figures were revealed to the residents and to the City of Livingston, the event took place at the little grassy area, or the little small park right across City Hall. Some of you guys know it as I don't know, as the where the old court theater was located at, right next to the bank and right next to the museum and the new mural. So that's where those larger than life cutouts were revealed, and there was a small there was an event, and it was attended by residents of the community and other dignitaries. So this was last year, 2020. And after the event, I was one of the people that attended. You know, we just had a small, kind of hung around and had, just regular conversations with different people. And at that time, I was, and particularly, I remember some of the City of Livingston residents, members that I remember that were there, and that I had a small chit chat, like just regular conversation, but not about nothing specifically. One of them was the then mayor, Gurpal Samra, local resident Diego Castillo, Mayor Juan Aguilar was there, and I'm talking about some of the people that kind of hung around and just were just having conversations, and also Council Member Gagandeep Kang and his brother, City of Livingston Police Sergeant Wapinder Kang. And so, we were under the little awning, the little shade there at the Park Plaza. And eventually people started going home, and some of the few people that kind of stuck around and chit-chat was myself, Gurpal Samra, Diego Castillo, Mayor Juan Aguilar, or then Council Member Juan Aguilar, Council Member Kang, and Sergeant Wapinder Kang, and there was a couple other people that I don't remember, but they were just, everyone was scattered. So eventually, just this small group, the different little groups, we were kind of scattered around the little shade, under the awning. We just kind of got together and just, talked about nothing specific, but in the conversation, in the chit chat, Wapinder Kang, his brother Gagandeep Kang, were like, well, actually, later the conversation was directed like towards me. It's like, hey Jose, what do you think, man? It's like, we're trying to do this, and we have an issue at my house where the parking, the driveway, it's like this, and the city is supposed to fix it, and they're not wanting to fix it. And we spoke to Paul, and we spoke to the city manager Jose Ramirez, and this and that, and the city doesn't want to fix it, and that's like, I don't want to use bad language, but that's kind of messed up, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I guess it's okay for sharing it with me, but I mean, what can I do? It's like, well, it's like, you must know and you should know. I'm okay, well, well, okay, but there's nothing I can do to get it fixed. I'm just a resident, yeah, but it's still messed up, and obviously they were using other words and so on. They were really upset, and I'm talking about Mr. Gagandeep Kang and his brother Wapinder Kang. They were really upset about this whole issue, and we already spoke with city manager Jose Ramirez, and he doesn't want to do this, and Paul, and they told us to fill up some paperwork and do the procedures just like everyone else, and we're just going to do that. But if they don't fix it, we're gonna submit a lawsuit to the city, and they're going to fix then they're going to have to fix a lot more than a driveway, and and the cost to fix a driveway is like $3,500 or $5,000, like somewhere around $3,000 to $5,000. I honestly do not remember the exact figure they mentioned, but it was above $3,000, and we shouldn't have to pay for this, and it was already like this, and they approved it, and the city approved it, and well, it's like this house was built, I believe, in 2005, 2004, 2006, or something like that. We're in 2020, I'm like, but anyway, so they were really upset. And they're like, well, if the city doesn't fix it, we're going to have a lawsuit, and it's going to cost them over $100,000 to fix all the other driveways and this and that. And I'm like, oh, okay, and so it's like, as a matter of fact, we're going to go talk to them right now. And so they called Gagandeep and Wapinder. They called on Juan. It's like, come on, let's go talk to them. And we just walk in and we just talk to them. So that was then. So I want to transport ourselves to the council meeting of August the 18th. August 18, council meeting 2020. August the 18th, 2020. And so at this meeting, it was presented like the residents, so the claim was presented, came before the council, and it was up for discussion, and the request to have the city fix the driveway was coming from, as a resident, Wapinder Kang, because they didn't want to submit the claim under Gagandeep Kang because he is the council member. But the only thing is that the residents, the owner of the house, of the residents where they're submitting this claim for, the owner is Gagandeep Kang, the council member. And they submitted the claim under Wapinder, his brother. And at this meeting, and you can watch the video, it's on YouTube, City of Livingston Council meeting, August the 18th.
I will give 5 minutes, okay?
It's hard to see.
Wapinder Kang, 657 Calero. I noticed, and you guys are probably aware, that there's this beautiful YouTube channel that provides us and the citizens of Livingston with great news. I just want to make sure that before you guys make the decision, that we are not looking at fake news, I guess you can say, to a point. I know there's always questions regarding my brother, who is a council member, and myself. We do live in the same household, but the house is under my name. That's why this claim is being made by me. Here in front of council, I did bring the house keys. If you guys want to look at it, you guys are more than welcome to clarify or clear up any questions that you guys might have. I've never had any intentions of trying to defund this city or try to sue the city or anything like that.
And so my point in showing you the video, the small clip, is where Wapinder Kang is actually showcasing what looks like a document that he says is the house deed, which he says that is under his name, under Wapinder Kang, and that the house deed is not under his brother, Gagandeep Kang, which later, and anyone can confirm this. You can just search for a deed, and it's public record. I mean, it's not like it's, you just go to the county, and on the website you can search for the deed. The deed has always been under Gagandeep Kang. It has never been under Wapinder Kang. Not even at that time where Mr. Wapinder showcased that document, what seemed like it was the deed to the house under his name. So my point is that he lied. Wapinder Kang lied, or seems like he lied, based on the evidence. So that house has never been under his name. That house has always been under his brother, Council Member Gagandeep Kang's name. So him being an officer, I mean, even though he's off duty, but he's still an officer. You're an officer 24/7. You just don't leave the badge at home and oh, I'm off and I don't have to uphold my ethics as a police officer, a sergeant, and I can lie in front of the city council on record and showcase and show what looks like a counterfeit deed, or at least he claims to be the house deed under his name. And so you can watch the movie, you can watch that video a little bit later. But so the council, but also be very observative, and you will notice that how the council, when they're voting and they're talking about it, and it's up for discussion, how they are having a hard time deciding how to vote. Okay, so but I'll leave that up to you so you can watch the video. Finally, the council decides to deny the claim, which is normal. It's the council always denies every claim, and then it goes into the insurance for investigation, and they figure out if there's enough to proceed and pay the claim or not. The city council normally should not even reconsider it, but they did something different at this time, which but at the end of the day, or at the end of the item, they rejected and they did not approve the claim. And then I'm assuming that then later after that it goes to the insurance and to continue with the process. But also at the end, the other point that I'm trying to get to is that at the end of the council meeting, Police Sergeant Wapinder Kang gets up from his seat in the audience and walks over to where the City Attorney Jose Sanchez, to his table, to where he was sitting. And he walks up to him kind of with this attitude, and he tells him, it's like, and I'm paraphrasing, he grabs like money, that he has in his pocket, and it's like, how much do you want to be my personal attorney? And then City Attorney Jose Sanchez says, I cannot be your personal attorney because I am the city's attorney. And then Wapinder Kang, he proceeds to say, he's like, F the city, F this, F that, and and I'm there. I'm at the meeting. I'm in the hall. This was right after the council, the end of the council meeting, and so then they proceed to continue having their conversation. There was a few other people in the chambers. I cannot speak to who else heard that conversation, but I mean, I was at the back of the chambers and I could hear it all the way over there. So I'm sure other people, well, I'm not going to assume if other people heard it or not, that'll be up to them to decide or declare that they heard the same thing or not. And then, so that happened on August the 18th. And later in another video, I am going to touch on to whom I share this information with, which I did have a conversation with the city attorney, but it was much later in time. It was until January, I don't remember exactly if it was January 14 or 15 of 2021, after I was elected council member, as a city council member. And I had my first meeting as an official council member with the then City Attorney Jose Sanchez, and just to get some training and just to kind of get some more information and stuff like that. And so I shared that concern or that information with him. And in another video, I will share what was his recommendation.